My name is James Young. I'm a kid from Bayonne, New Jersey with a fungo and a dream. For those of you who don't know what fungo golf is, let me explain. It's a mixture of golf and baseball. So it's played just like you play golf, but on a baseball field. And instead of having a golf club and a golf ball, you're using a fungo bat and a baseball. Now, instead of hitting your ball into holes like you would in golf, in this game you have to hit your ball for targets, like a sign on the fence or the water cooler in the dugout. And score is kept just like you would keep it in golf, right? So every time you swing and hit your ball is considered a stroke, and at the end of the game, the player with the least amount of strokes wins. So growing up in Bayonne, I went to Bayonne High School. After high school, I ended up going to William Patterson, which is a small Division III school here in New Jersey, where I played baseball for 4 years. And it was there that this idea was born. I got down to the ball field, and being the competitive guy that I am, I immediately ran out and had to get in on the action. After a couple rounds of playing, I thought to myself, oh, like this is it. This is the game. So after practice, I ran up to my dorm room and started searching online. And I wanted to see if there's any fungo golf video games or apps out there, and to my surprise, there wasn't. So it was at that point that I knew, like, we have to make this happen. And we did exactly that. So for the next 6 months, I went around campus. I went to the student center, the computer labs, the art center, just networking and trying to talk to people to see if anyone would be willing to help or if they were interested in trying to help me make this happen. Plan B was to get it done professionally and hire a team of designers and developers to actually bring this idea to life. But to do that, we needed some cash. And I reached out to an old coach of mine, Scott Farber, very good friend of mine. He was one of the first believers in this idea and in me. He said, Jimmy, let's make this happen. So back in 2015, we launched the first ever Fungo Golf app on the Google Play Store and the iOS Store, and then put it out into the world.
Yeah, effectively wild. That's what I used to call him, effectively wild. Yeah. Because when he would pitch, he'd get outs, but he wasn't throwing strikes. Yeah. But everybody was afraid to dig in on him because he was so wild. So he was effectively wild is what he was.
Yeah, he was a good kid, man.
Yeah, there's never any trouble. Where we progressed as friends, I'll never forget it. You know, I first met you in 2010 when you came up here as a freshman. And then in 2011, we were out in Arizona, you were pitching, and I came out to talk to you, and we had like a little disagreement on the mound. As a coach, it's not, you don't always expect someone to come back at you with, this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm not doing that. You know, you come out here and you have your own ideas. You know what's working for you. I may be over there and I may think I know what's working for you, but you have a better understanding of what's working for you while you're out here on the mound. I'm gonna go after this guy with this kind of pitch. And I was like, well, you know, all right, if that's what you want to do, but I don't think so. And we had like a little thing, and I think that, you know, then you went and you got the guy out, and I couldn't say a word. You know, I couldn't say a word. And I know that next year was 2011. It was, I remember you were having a rough game, and you tried to pick a kid off, which to me was, you know, you had the best move out of anybody that we've ever had that was up here, and you had the kid picked off, and they threw the ball away, and you got frustrated, and it was a tough game for you. And where I saw resiliency in you, which, you know, I've seen for years. You know, you're a tough kid, you know, Hudson County kid, but where I really saw toughness from you, mental toughness from you, is you could have caved at that point. You lost a tough game that day. I think it was 7-4 you lost. You allowed 5 runs, only 2 of them were earned. So you really should have won that game 4-2. But you went on, where you showed your toughness was, after that point, you went on and had a great year for us. You were 4-2 that year, and you were a big contributor to our team that year. And you know, you could have went in the tank. You could have got down on your teammates. You could have done this. You could have done that. You didn't do that. You know, you bowled your neck. You got tough, and you had a great year for us. And I think that was the year that our relationship really took off. I mean, you know, I don't know how much influence I had on you. It's okay. I don't really need it. I was happy to be a part of watching your progression. From a coaching standpoint, that made me feel good. It's the truth. It's how I feel. I mean, I think, you know, we've been friends for 14 years now. You know, and I think a lot of it started where we are here. I know we worked hard in the gym and this, that, and the other thing, but I mean, you know, you have real conversations out here about real things that are really going on. You know, I know it's a bubble, it's a baseball field, but we're trying to accomplish something on this field. And it's not always smooth sailing in trying to get to the end result. But again, I think a mutual respect came from that for both of us. And I think that's why it's a strong basis of what our friendship is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool. It's nice to be out here with you again on the mound. Again, under different circumstances, which is nice.
So after we launched the game, my father ended up passing away not too long after that. The day we launched, I'm sitting right there on that dining room table, and I see my dad, and he goes to me, he goes, James, no matter what happens, I just want you to know how proud I am of you. You had an idea, you went out, you made it happen, and regardless of what happens, you did that, you made it happen. And he told me, just keep going. Just keep going, son. Every time you see me post the keep going at the end of my videos, that's an ode to him for always believing in me. And to have someone believe in you is such a powerful thing. It was that moment that I knew that I could do anything. Anything I wanted to do, I could do it. Bring it in. Take your time. Take your time. Head to toe. The J's. Oof. Oof. The Jordan 1s. Dirty. Dirty. Because we're working. Because we're working. Let's get it. Let's get it. Whew. This is it. This is the one. Whew. Call this a dinger. Call it a dinger. Didn't ding much. Nicked it. Off the top, we'll take it. It's Fungo.
I'm Dave Hoffman. I'm the head baseball coach at Bayonne High School. This is one of my former players, James Young, and listen, I had a great opportunity to be involved in his life all the way from the time he was in high school to currently, so he's a very dear friend of mine, not just a former player. Huge supporter of him and all his business ventures, and what he's doing within the community is phenomenal. He's involved in a buddy baseball program. We see him every Saturday with disabled kids with the buddy baseball program. We had a great career as an all-county pitcher for us, also played the outfield, had some big key hits for us over his 4-year career. And then he goes on and takes what he learned as a high school player and as a student, goes to William Patterson, does great things there as a pitcher for William Patterson, gets his degree, and here we are today. So, you know, from the bottom of my heart, just a big believer in him. And like James had mentioned a little while ago, you know, belief is one of the big, I guess, you know, definitions to our program. It's one of our core covenants, and you have truly to accomplish goals in life, you have to truly believe in what you're doing and have a vision for it. And he's got a vision for a lot of things he's been doing, and he's been doing very, very well with it. So we want to continue to support him. We want to thank him, and we're very, very proud of him.
Appreciate those words, Coach.
All right, brother.
Man.
Love you too.
Mr. Ford, my guy. A lot of nights were spent down here. A lot of nights. This guy taught me the importance of hard work and putting the work in. I'm gonna make you proud, Coach. I'm gonna make you proud. Growing up, this place was my happy place. Regardless of what was happening in my life, the feel was always there. Mr. Ford was always there. Anytime I wanted to come down and play, clear my mind, this is where I would come. And even so today, like, I love being out here. This is where I love to be. When I think about what we're looking to do for the cities and for these kids in Bayonne, Jersey City, Hudson County, there's no other place that I feel like I should be. I feel like I'm right where I should be. This is what God intended me to do. And I'm gonna keep on doing it. I'm gonna keep going. I firmly believe that this game is the next big thing in sports. So what we want to do now is we want to create the first ever professional Fungo Golf Association, where we go city to city, play people in tournament style competitions in Fungo Golf. We want to spearhead that. We want to be the guys. When you think of Fungo Golf, you think of Jimmy Fungos from Bayonne, New Jersey. For those of you who are following me along this journey, I hope to inspire you to believe in yourself that anything is possible. If you have an idea, you could do it. You got to put the work in. You got to go make it happen. But it's possible. Anything is possible.